Good morning, Eagles, and welcome back to the Talon Weekly. I'm your host, Jonica Coves.
And I'm your co-host, Michelle Taylor. Let's take a look at the weather with meteorologist David HALE.
Hey, welcome back to Thunder and Hail. I'm your host, David HALE. Let's go get into the weather.
Thunder and Hail with David HALE.
All right, well, we're coming up to our last few weeks of school here. This week and today, actually, it's going to start to warm up. So today it's 67 degrees. It's partly cloudy. The high is 67. The low is 42. We have a 5% chance of rain. And the winds right now are west to northwest at 20 miles per hour to 30 miles per hour. But tonight they're going to drop down to 15 to 25. So it's going to be a little bit windier today. This week on Saturday, it's going to be sunny, 79 and 49. So it's going to be really nice. Sunday, partly cloudy, 85 and 50, so it's really going to warm up Sunday. Monday, 78, 50, and partly cloudy. Tuesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy. The high is going to be 65, the low is 43. Wednesday, it's partly cloudy, 65, 42. And Thursday, mostly sunny, back up to 77 and 48. So the pattern we're seeing is it heats up on the weekends, cools down midweek, and gets back up into the hotter temperatures towards the weekend. Well, that's it for this week. Make sure you keep your eye out for next week's weather because you're not going to want to miss that one.
Thanks, David. First up today, we have a word from some seniors on their thoughts about returning to campus and what graduation will look like.
I guess it's been said a lot, but I think this past year has just been super different for everybody and kind of chaotic, and I would say the best word is probably unorganized.
If I had to just use one word, I'd say challenging and just different. It's definitely the most different school year I've ever had. I mean, I moved cities. I'm working now, which I've never done before. It's definitely a different senior year than I think anyone else has ever had. But I mean, I think it's also a growing experience for sure.
Not many seniors are going back after this one. I myself won't be going back because, not because of the way that the seniors are not careful, but the underclassmen could really affect our graduation, which is kind of the biggest moment in everybody's lives up until this point.
Looking at the majority of people who went back to school, a lot of seniors are choosing to stay home. Some of them are just done because we're so close. Some of them are trying to stay as safe as possible for graduation. And I think that we're doing a good job of just trying to be as safe as possible for the greater good of our whole class. A lot of my teachers do preach staying safe, and especially now as we get closer, they're preaching a lot more make sure you're making the right decisions, because if you don't, we can lose our graduation just as easily as we lost school.
I'm just really excited that we get to have a walk. I have a place to wear my gown and my cap, and I think it really sucks that there are only 2 people allowed for graduation, for each student. I think it makes it really rough for people who have step parents or whose siblings are a really big part of their lives. So overall, yes, initially excited that we're going to have a walk, but kind of upset too because I have lots of family that would have liked to come see me too. So
I'm hopeful that we get to have one. I'm excited that we do, just so that we have one final parting thing to do with everyone there. I'm just hopeful that we're able to do it.
Everybody's trying to campaign for a healthier end of our year, because even if it doesn't affect seniors at graduation, there are lots of underclassmen who are being deprived of learning facilities and classrooms right now too. So it's not just seniors who are being affected, and I think we're trying to promote that. Make good decisions. It's another 3 weeks until the end of school. Really, this summer will be super great if you are with your quarantine circle and people you see often, but just be aware of the people you're affecting now who, just as a courtesy.
Definitely socially distance, get vaccinated if you can, because as long as you're over 16, you're eligible. And I would say just make smart choices. We've been doing this for a year, and just don't be dumb, and so that we can all graduate together.
Remember, Eagles, Eldorado is hosting a book drive throughout the month of April. Donations could be dropped off in the roundabout during school hours.
If you're interested in drama, thespians meet Tuesday at lunch on EHS_Raison. Feel free to join the meet at any time.
Last week, Prom-Coming High Court was announced. Congratulations to all the juniors and seniors who won.
Here's a friendly reminder from Peyton Wheeler about staying safe during these times.
Hey Eagles, remember that even though we will be returning to campus and vaccines are being administered, we're still not out of the woods yet. Make sure to wear your masks and to keep at least 6 feet between you and your peers. Hand washing is also very important. Wash your hands under warm water with soap for at least 20 seconds. Singing happy birthday twice is a neat trick to make sure that you scrub long enough. If you're feeling under the weather, stay home. Our campus will still be there when you feel better. If you have any questions about testing or vaccinations, check the NMDOH website for regular updates and information. Have a safe weekend, Eagles. Can't wait to see you again.
Did you ever wonder about how David became our weatherman? Here's an inside look from David himself on what it's like being a meteorologist at such a young age.
They asked me if I wanted to one week, and then after that one, someone texted me and asked if I wanted to permanently do it every week, so I agreed. So some of the challenges for me personally is getting it in on time because I procrastinate, and then recently I've been trying to match it to the 90s Weather Channel theme, so the amount of editing that has gone into it has been a little challenging. I'm not really an aficionado in weather. I might try getting a job at one of the news stations as a producer and editor, just kind of to start off. So I don't know yet, but that's an idea.
Now, here's a look at the new Eagle Care Room.
This is the wellness room, or the Eagle Care Room. It was a project by the Eagle Advocates. They saw that we were having an issue with, some mental health issues and just not having access to things like that at school. So they went to administrators, they went to the school board, and they worked with legislators to get funding for this room, which is just a place for students to come and relax, learn kind of techniques on how to relax, breathing, journaling, drawing, things like that. I'm just here as kind of a supporter. I'm just here to guide students to what might work for them. And if after about 15-20 minutes or so, if you're still really upset, I'll get you connected with our counselors or a therapist or whatever you need. There's definitely negative stigmas around asking for help, especially when it has to do with how you're feeling. It's definitely hard to do that because it seems like the social kind of idea of asking for help is a bad thing. We're just trying to kind of play it by ear right now with the health restrictions, and we're not exactly sure how we're going to get students involved, but we would love input from the students. So however you all think. Hopefully we can keep working with other schools in the district to get something like this in every single high school, because I think it's a great room, great space for y'all. Come visit. It's an awesome space. Hopefully we'll be able to actually have some of the, resources and play things soon, but we're almost done. We're almost through this school year, and next year will be a million times better.
Finally, here's our fun fact of the day with Dominic Dunnagan.
Did you know Walter Arnold was the first person to receive a speeding ticket for going 8 miles per hour in 1896?
Thanks, Dominic. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EHS Talon Weekly.
Thanks for watching, Eagles, and have a great weekend. We'll see some of you in person on Wednesday.